Hello friends, and welcome to my Old Coin History Our Coin channel. Here, we explore the fascinating world of coins from around the globe, from rare old coins to modern treasures. If you love history, culture, and collecting, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected with our journey into the history of money. The 1966 United States quarter dollar is an iconic coin from the transitional era of American coinage, representing both historical and economic significance. Minted during a period of great change in U.S. coinage, the 1966 quarter was part of the first few years after the nation abandoned silver in its regular circulation coins. Before 1965, quarters contained 90% silver and 10% copper, but due to rising silver prices and the shortage of coins in circulation, the U.S. Mint decided to change the metal composition. Thus, the 1966 quarter was minted using a copper-nickel clad composition, consisting of an inner core of pure copper and an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This change marked a new era in modern coinage and reflected America's adaptation to economic pressures and technological advancement in minting. The obverse front of the 1966 quarter features the enduring portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States, designed by John Flanagan in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. The design shows a profile bust of Washington facing left, with the inscriptions, "Liberty," at the top and "In God We Trust," to the left, while the date, 1966, is inscribed below the bust. The design is simple yet dignified, embodying the American spirit of liberty and leadership. The reverse back of the coin displays a majestic bald eagle, America's national bird, perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing defense and strength, with olive branches beneath it, symbolizing peace. Above the eagle's head is the inscription, "United States of America," and below it, the denomination, quarter dollar. The phrase, "E pluribus unum," meaning, "out of many, one," appears between the eagle's wings, reflecting unity among the states. This design was used continuously from 1932 until 1998, making it one of the longest-running reverse designs in U.S. coinage history. Interestingly, no mintmark appears on any 1966 quarter, as the U.S. Mint temporarily removed mintmarks from all coins between 1965 and 1967 to discourage coin hoarding during the coin shortage. As a result, collectors cannot determine whether a 1966 quarter was produced in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. In reality, most were struck in Philadelphia and Denver. The weight of the coin is approximately 5.67 grams, with a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and a reeded edge, a holdover from earlier silver coins to discourage shaving precious metal from the edges. The new clad composition not only helped conserve silver but also increased the lifespan of the coins in circulation. In terms of mintage, the 1966 quarter saw an extremely large production, with over 821 million coins minted, making it one of the most common quarters of the 1960s. Because of this high mintage and the lack of silver content, most 1966 quarters are only worth face value, 25 cents, in circulated condition. However, uncirculated or proof-like examples can fetch higher prices among collectors, especially those with strong strikes, clean surfaces, or special toning. A coin graded Mississippi 65 or higher by the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Company (NGC) can be worth several dollars or more depending on eye appeal and market demand. Historically, the 1966 quarter serves as a reminder of the United States' adjustment to the modern economy of the mid-20th century. The Coinage Act of 1965 brought an end to the silver era for dimes and quarters, signaling the dawn of the copper-nickel era. The decision was met with mixed reactions. Traditionalists mourned the end of silver coinage, while economists saw it as a necessary measure to prevent a shortage of coins that was crippling commerce. The coins continued to circulate heavily throughout the 1960s and 1970s, becoming part of everyday American life. From a numismatic perspective, the 1966 quarter is fascinating not for its rarity but for its historical importance. It represents a bridge between the old and new, between silver and clad coinage, between tradition and modernization. For collectors, it stands as a symbol of resilience and adaptation in U.S. coinage history. Even though the coin may not hold significant monetary value, it carries immense educational and historical worth, teaching future generations about a pivotal moment in America's monetary evolution. Next coin, the 1986 United States quarter dollar, also known as the 1986 Washington quarter, stands as a continuation of one of the most enduring coin series in American numismatic history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, and it became so popular with the American public that it replaced the standing Liberty quarter permanently. By 1986, the Washington quarter had already been in circulation for over 50 years, representing not just a denomination of 25 cents but a living piece of American history that evolved with the nation itself. The 1986 quarter, minted in an era of economic recovery, Cold War politics, and technological progress, reflects both tradition and modern minting techniques of the United States Mint. The obverse side of the 1986 quarter proudly features the portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, a sculptor whose design has become an immortal symbol of American coinage. Washington is shown in profile, facing left, his hair tied in a colonial queue, conveying dignity, simplicity, and leadership. Above his head is the bold inscription, Liberty, representing the foundational value of the United States. To the left of his neck, the national motto, In God We Trust, is inscribed, affirming the nation's faith-based heritage. Beneath the portrait appears the date, 1986, marking the coin's production year. Depending on the mint where it was struck, a mintmark letter may be found to the right of the ribbon in Washington's hair, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco for proof versions. The reverse side continues the classic and noble design by John Flanagan as well. It depicts a bald eagle, America's national bird, standing powerfully on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing military preparedness and national defense. Beneath the arrows are two olive branches, representing peace, unity, and diplomacy. Above the eagle's head is the national motto, E pluribus unum, which translates from Latin as, out of many, one, symbolizing the unity of the different states forming one nation. Encircling the eagle are the inscriptions, United States of America, at the top and, quarter dollar, at the bottom, declaring the coin's country and denomination. This design remained unchanged from 1932 to 1998, until the introduction of the 50-state quarters program in 1999. The composition of the 1986 quarter is copper-nickel clad, consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. This clad composition was adopted after 1964 when the U.S. Mint discontinued the use of silver in dimes and quarters due to rising silver prices and hoarding during the mid-1960s coin shortage. The weight of the 1986 quarter is 5.67 grams, the diameter is 24.26 millimeters, and the edge is reeded, featuring 119 tiny grooves. These specifications have remained consistent for all clad quarters since 1965. The minting statistics of 1986 show a large production, reflecting the high demand for circulating coinage in the 1980s U.S. economy. The Philadelphia Mint P produced approximately 551,199,000 quarters, the Denver Mint D produced about 504,298,660 quarters, and the San Francisco Mint S struck 3,010,497 proof coins for collectors. The massive mintage makes the 1986 quarter quite common in circulation even today, nearly 40 years after its production. However, high-grade uncirculated specimens, especially those graded Mississippi 67 or higher by the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Company (NGC), can carry premium values due to their pristine condition and eye appeal. In the historical context, the 1986 quarter represents a period in the United States when the nation was undergoing cultural and technological transformation. The 1980s were marked by economic optimism under President Ronald Reagan, increased globalization, and the ongoing Cold War tension with the Soviet Union. American coins like the Washington quarter circulated in an environment of consumer growth, the rise of digital technology, and significant patriotic sentiment. Coins of this period are often viewed as reflections of stable American identity amid global changes. The quarter remained a symbol of daily commerce, used in vending machines, toll booths, and payphones, serving millions of Americans every day. The San Francisco mint-proof version of the 1986 quarter is particularly notable. These coins were struck using polished dies and planchettes, resulting in sharp details and mirror-like surfaces. Proof quarters were sold in special sets to collectors and are easily recognizable by their deep cameo contrast. The mintmark proofs are not intended for circulation and are typically preserved in protective packaging. From a numismatic perspective, while the 1986 quarter is not considered rare in general circulation, certain high-quality examples and error varieties attract collector interest. Some rare minting errors include off-center strikes, clipped planchettes, and double dies, which occur when a coin receives a second misaligned impression from the die. These errors are scarce and can make an ordinary 25-cent coin worth several $100s depending on rarity and condition. Coins with strong luster, full strikes, and minimal contact marks are also sought after by collectors assembling Washington quarter sets spanning 1932–1998. The Washington Quarter series has deep symbolism in American coinage history. George Washington's portrait was chosen not only for his leadership as the first president but also because he symbolized unity, honesty, and democracy. In 1986, the continuation of his image on the quarter reminded Americans of their shared history and the enduring values that founded the nation. Each time an American exchanged a quarter, it served as a miniature reminder of their heritage, a token of trust in the national economy, and a piece of art representing centuries of freedom and perseverance. The design legacy of the 1986 quarter connects to the broader story of American coins. Even though the 1986 issue was part of the standard design series, it contributed to the long continuum of the Washington quarter before it evolved into the state-themed series in the late 1990s. Collectors today often see coins from the mid-1980s as a bridge between traditional and modern numismatic eras, durable, affordable, and widely available, yet nostalgic in their simplicity. In market value, the typical circulated 1986 quarter remains worth face value, 25 cents, due to the vast numbers produced. However, in uncirculated condition, a 1986p or 1986d quarter can range from $1 to $10, and proof coins can be worth $2 to $5, depending on their condition and market demand. Coins graded Mississippi 67 or higher with flawless surfaces can sell for $100 or more at numismatic auctions, though such pieces are rare and highly sought after. The 1986 Washington quarter, though a common coin in everyday transactions, represents far more than its monetary value. It is a snapshot of American craftsmanship, economic adaptation, and historical continuity. Each coin bears the legacy of George Washington, a symbol of leadership that continues to inspire generations. Its composition, design, and production encapsulate the technical achievements of the U.S. Mint and the enduring stability of the U.S. economy. Even as digital payment systems rise in the 21st century, the quarter remains a cherished tangible connection to America's numismatic past, a reminder that history lives not only in books and monuments but also in the small metallic discs that pass through countless hands, carrying stories of a nation's journey. Please like and subscribe my channel.